First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakwadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles, the great millstone that rule well. And peace and salutations to the elect of Israel. To you I say Shalom. Lord willing, this lesson is edifying to the flock of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai. Luke chapter 18 and verse 7. And shall not the Most High avenge his own elect, which cry day and night unto him, though he bear long with them? I'll tell you that he will avenge them speedily. Nevertheless, when the Son of Man cometh, shall he find faith on the earth? All right. And the reason I'm chose this scripture through the Spirit is because this truth isn't for everybody, right? All right. This truth is only for a small remnant of Israel, man. 1/3. This truth is only for the elect, man. All right. The Lord is going to avenge his elect. All right. The Lord is going to deliver his elect. But anybody else outside of that is going to be judged, man. Anybody outside of the elect are going to go through trials and tribulations. A judgment, really, at the end of the day. Not like the elect will, man. Not saying the elect won't have hard times in their lives. But I'm just saying that judgment is for everybody else outside of the elect. So, and that doesn't mean everybody. So, yes, the Lord loves all of Israel. But 2/3 of our people have to go through judgment, punishment, right? Because they refuse to hear the Lord Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, man. All right, they refused it. They even refused his name, man. They rather call on other gods like Jesus or Buddha or Allah and things of that nature, man. They refused Yahweh Shai and chose the other God, so they got to be judged for that, man. Idolatry, is punishable by death. That's what 2/3 of our people are going to face, man. All right. So this isn't for everybody. Even amongst those that know the truth, man. This isn't for everybody that knows the truth. Right? So, in these times, we're coming into those end days. Expect a lot of judgment to go out, man. All right? Expect a lot of judgment to go out. Right? Let's say in the world, death is around the corner. And it is, man. All right? But, again, this isn't for everybody. And, again, just because you know the truth doesn't mean that you're going to be delivered. Just because you know that you're an Israelite doesn't mean that you're all good, man. All right? Knowing and being is two different things, man. You got to walk in it, man. People walk up and down the highways and byways all the time. You ask them, yeah, you're an Israelite. Like, yeah, I know, and keep it pushing. Yeah, but you couldn't tell that person knew they were an Israelite by the way they carry themselves, by the actions they're doing. Niggas will have a cigarette behind their ear and say, yeah, I know I'm an Israelite. All right, so you gotta understand the Lord will judge you for you knowing and not following, man. Let me go to Salakia. This one is 12. Luke 12 and 47. And that servant which knew his Lord's will, and prepared not himself, neither did according to his will, shall be beaten with many stripes. But he that knew not, and did commit things worthy of stripes, shall be beaten with few stripes. For unto whomsoever much is given, of him shall be much required. And to whom men have committed much of him, they will ask the more. Right. So if you know you're an Israelite and you're still out there committing abominations, you're going to be beaten with many stripes. But just because you don't know, even though the scripture talks about how, the word is basically going to spread through the four corners of the earth. So a Jake won't have an excuse to say he won't know the day Yahweh Shai returns, man. But nonetheless, let's say a Jake try to play dumb and say he didn't know. Just because he didn't know doesn't mean he's innocent. He's still going to be beaten with stripes, just with few stripes. All right? Or say fewer stripes. I believe it goes into that Wisdom of Solomon. Slovakia. There's a precept in Wisdom of Solomon that talks about idolatry, and just because you didn't know that you're worshiping idols doesn't mean you're innocent. I believe it's in 15. I'm gonna type the word innocent. No. Or was it blameless? Wisdom Solomon 13. Wisdom Solomon 13, I'm going to start at verse 4. But if they were astonished at their power and virtue, let them understand by them how much mightier he is that made them. For by the greatness and beauty of the creatures proportionably, the maker of them is seen. Right? This is talking about people that worship, elements of the earth, the sun, the moon, fierce weather, strong weather. They worship that because they see the beauty and the power behind those elements and those creations, and they worship that. But instead of saying, yo, who created that, they worship that instead, man. But just because, I'm starting from the top, because the Lord can say it better than I can. Wisdom Psalm 13:1. Surely vain are all men by nature who are ignorant of the Most High, and could not out of the good things that are seen know him that is. Neither by considering the works did they acknowledge the workmaster. Right. You didn't look at the symmetry of creation, really, and say, whoa, this has to be created by, a higher power, the highest power, man. Instead, you take that as, chance or luck or something that so-called natural, where, it's not of the Lord. Verse 2. But deemed either fire or wind or the swift air or the circle of the stars or violent water or the lights of heaven to be the gods which govern the world. Right. And this goes on even till this day, man. People worship everything else but Yahweh Bashim Yahushai and never give him his due credit, due benevolence. But now you're worshiping the order of the stars, the sun, the moon, right? The ocean. Verse 3, with whose beauty, if they being delighted, took them to be gods, let them know how much better the Lord of them is. For the first author of beauty hath created them. But if they were astonished at their power and virtue, let them understand by them how much mightier he is that made them. For by the greatness and the beauty of the creatures proportionably the maker of them is seen. Right. Verse 6, this is the point I wanted to get to. But yet for this are they less to be blamed, for they peradventure err, seeking the Most High, and desirous to find him. Right. They were zealous to find the Lord, so they found the creations of the Lord. They worshiped that instead. Right. And it seemed like they were doing a good thing, but they were less to be blamed, meaning they're still going to be blamed. Verse 7, for being conversant in his works, they search him diligently, and believe their sight, because the things are beautiful that are seen. Howbeit, neither are they to be pardoned. Right? Just because you had good intentions, you're still doing wickedness, so you're not going to be pardoned for that. All right. Yeah, the long-winded point, but really the point of the whole entire lesson is the Lord is only dealing with an elect, man. All right. Isaiah chapter 1. Isaiah 1:9, except the Lord Yahweh of hosts had left unto us a very small remnant, we should have been as Sodom, and we should have been like unto Gomorrah. Right. Sodom and Gomorrah were completely destroyed, man. All right. Sodom and Gomorrah were completely destroyed because of their wickedness. Right. America, is worse than Sodom and Gomorrah, but the Lord spared this place for now because of the elect, man, a very small remnant. It's basically, I'm not saying prolonging, because the America's going to be destroyed when the Lord deems it's time to be destroyed. He's not changing the date, all right? But there's a reason why, the Lord is doing everything in order. He's waking up the elect so he could deliver them, getting the elect sealed first, right? Because not one elect member is going to face judgment, man, or nuclear destruction, I should say. Because some of the elect will have to, give up the ghost for Yahweh Shai, man, for Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. So not every elect member is going to make it and have their portion in the kingdom, but every elect member is not going to be basically there on when Yahweh Shai returns. They'll be there, because the scripture talks about how they'll be the first raised up. They'll be there, but they won't be basically in a fleshly body on earth, man. All right. And if that happens to be me, Lord willing, I'm ready for it. But Lord willing, I get to see in my flesh the destruction of America, man. With my eyes, I see the downfall of this place, man, and watch these the wicked, get put to death, and burnt alive, man. But it's the Lord's call at the end of the day. Who am I to say, call inaudible? Nah. I gotta do my role. I gotta play my part. We're all in a movie, man. This is a script. We're all playing our role, man. All right. Let me jump to the book of Romans. Actually, Zephaniah chapter 3. Zephaniah 3:13. The remnant of Israel shall not do iniquity, nor speak lies, neither shall a deceitful tongue be found in their mouth. For they shall feed and lie down, and none shall make them afraid. Sing, O daughter of Zion, shout, O Israel, be glad and rejoice with all the heart, O daughter of Jerusalem. The Lord hath taken away thy judgments, he hath cast out thine enemy, the King of Israel, even the Lord Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, is in the midst of thee. Thou shalt not see evil anymore. All right, this is talking about the remnant, the elect, man. Because again, the Lord is only dealing with a small number, right? Because the Lord is not dealing with all of Israel, man. The Lord loves all of Israel, but the Lord is only dealing with the elect of Israel, man. All right? And for the remnant's sake, was Yahweh Shai sacrifice, man. For the remnant's sake. Even though all of Israel will benefit from the sacrifice of Yahweh Shai in the long run, but they won't enjoy it like the elect will enjoy it. Lord willing, we're part of the number, man. All right, let me go to Romans real quick. Romans chapter 11. Romans 11:1. I say then, hath the Most High cast away his people? The Most High forbid, for I also am an Israelite of the seed of Abraham, of the tribe of Benjamin. The Most High have not cast away his people, which he foreknew, right? Because the Lord, knew the endings from the beginning, right? And this is Paul speaking, that he's from the bloodline of Israelites, man. He's from the tribe of Benjamin, man. He's a descendant of Israel, man. But in the flesh, man. This is not a spiritual thing where all Christians are Israelites. Slovakia. That's foolishness, man. That's how Christians try to bypass, Christians try to sneak their way into the kingdom. And that's going off. Romans 11:2. The Most High hath not cast away his people, for which he foreknew. Wot ye not what the scripture saith of Elias? How he maketh intercession to the Most High against Israel, saying, Lord, they have killed thy prophets and digged down thine altars, and I am left alone, and they seek my life. But what saith the answer of the Most High unto him? I have reserved myself 7,000 men who have not bowed the knee to the image of Baal. Right. The Lord has reserved men. The Lord has reserved a remnant. Because imagine if all the prophets were persecuted and put to death, how would the word spread? So the Lord had to leave a remnant so the sheep could get fed, man. He left a remnant for basically the remnant, right? And we're coming into these times now, because there's going to be a time where temptation is going to face the whole earth when that sea-hip is mandated, man. When that sea-hip is mandated, that will be the hour of temptation. And when you tempt something, it looks really good. That's why it's temptation. It won't be as easy as to resist. That's why most people will fall to that temptation, man. This is why we're going to need the Lord in these times, especially in these times, man. Because the hour of temptation is going to try the whole earth, man. And now you're going to have it's going to tell you, yo, unless you take the C-hip, which is the RFID chip, or a C-hip, or the RFID, unless you take this, you won't be able to buy or sell. So what are you going to do in that position? You won't be able to buy food, utilities, groceries, things of that nature, and you won't be able to sell. So they're trying to take over their own bartering, the own bartering system they have now, which is where you trade things for worthless pieces of paper, which are the U.S. dollars, the fiat currency, right? Because all currency eventually goes to zero because it's not backed by anything, right? Unless you had a coins that are made out of physical gold and silver, then that currency will still be worth something even after that economy fails, because you can still sell the coins for something else, or still trade the coins for something else. But now we're coming into the time where they're about to do away with all fiat currency, all currency period, and implement the RFID chip or a C-hip, which will be mandated upon the whole entire earth, man. All right, but 7,000 men aren't going to bow themselves to the image of the beast in these days, man. That means a remnant. It's not a literal 7,000. It's a number of completion, man. A complete number of men, which will be the elect, will not take the C-hip no matter what, man. All right. Now, of course, you're gonna have other people, of other nations, and of course, even some 2/3 that'll say, "Hell no, I'm not taking this C-hip, whatever, whoop de whoop." But just because you don't take the C-hip doesn't mean you're part of the elect either. Is what basically I'm trying to say. All right. Romans 11:5. Even so, then at this present time also is there a remnant according to the election of grace, right? Even in this present time, even though Paul was speaking thousands of years ago, it still applies now. Even in this present time, an election will be saved, or not saved. Well, saved by literally saved, but also set apart from the rest of the people, man. All right, and Lord will be part of that number, man. Again, this is not for everybody. The Lord is not going to save everybody, man. All right? But I'm going to wrap it up with that. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. Again, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles, the Grand Milson, Naruel. And peace and salutations to the elect of Israel. Until next time, I want to say Shalom and Abba.